In this video, we are going to analyze the following: school insecurities in Nigeria, the financial budgeting associated with it, the money trail from the government purse, and a lot of other things associated with this kind of insecurities. So if you're ready, let's get right into it. But before we do, I would urge us to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel so that we don't miss videos of similar nature. Anyways, one morning, May 15th, 2026, in Borno State, gunmen suspected to be Boko Haram or ISWAP members took up 50 children from their classrooms. They attacked the Musa town in the Askera Uba local government area of Borno State. Now, still that same morning, in Oyo State, 300 kilometers away, another crew took 39 students and 7 teachers. That same day, different armies of horror inside one country. Now, 56 days later, the Oyo children came home and the cameras were ready. The president was profoundly happy, and somewhere in the fine print, we have a number that most Nigerians never saw or thought about: 144.8 billion naira. That is what the federal government says that it's committed to keep schools like this one safe. In this video tonight, we are going to follow that number because a rescue is a headline, a budget is a paper trail, and guess what? A paper trail don't lie the way press statements can lie. Let us be precise, because precision is the one thing missing from most reports covering this topic. May 15th, there were 2 attacks the same morning. Borno, as many as 50 children taken from primary and junior secondary school in Askera Uba. Oyo State, 39 students and 7 teachers taken from 3 schools in Orire. 1 teacher was executed in captivity on camera within the first week. By Nigerians' own Children's Day, May 27th, 80 children from both attacks were still missing. You see, this is Nigeria's 26th major school attack since 2014. Independent tallies put the total number of children abducted from schools in that period above 2,400 individuals, exempting this year's number. So let us ask ourselves this question at this point: what point does a crisis becomes a category? A recurring national event with its own statistics, its own Wikipedia timeline, and its own predictable news cycle. Here's where this file gets interesting. In 2014, after Chibok, Nigeria launched the Safe School Initiative (SSI). Over the following years, roughly $30 million, which is about 10 million from government, matched by private donors, was mobilized to harden schools against exactly this kind of attack. In 2023, that program was relaunched at a much larger scale, a 4-year, 144.8 billion naira national plan for financing safe schools running 2023 to 2026. On paper, it looks like a serious funded response. But now pay attention to this. In practice, only 15 billion of that plan was ever released. And only in 1 year, 2024 and 2025, the 2 years in which school kidnapping actually accelerated, 0 naira was disbursed. According to testimony given to the Senate's own ad hoc committee, the official explanation is that the funding request arrived at the presidency too late to be included in the budget. 2 years running. And of the 15 billion naira that went out, the single largest share of that money, which is well over 6.2 billion naira, went to the Nigerian police force. Senators reviewing the file noted that a significant portion of the wider program spending appears to have gone towards consultancy and administrative costs rather than things such as fences, lights, or even guard on ground. So here is the fair, uncomfortable question. If the money for prevention didn't move for 2 years, what exactly moved? And who signed for such movement? Now, the rescue itself, because it is on its face a genuine achievement, and we should say it so plainly. 11 agencies, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, DSS, policemen, Amotekun, local hunters, and vigilantes, all of them together converging on the old Oyo forest corridors. Soldiers reportedly die in the operation. That is a real cost paid by real families, sadly. And it deserves respect, not cynicism for its own sake. But now, see, respect and scrutiny are not opposites. The official account says that the group was starved to surrender after their supply lines were cut short. But what we don't have publicly, because I know it exists, is a ransom figure confirmed or denied, a casualty account for the security operation itself, or an account of the 41 days between the abduction and the moment negotiation reportedly began. Nationally, this pattern is not new. Nigerian kidnapping for ransom economy processed over 7,568 victims in a single recent 12-month period, with roughly 11 billion naira demanded in ransom and only about 1 billion naira confirmed to be paid, meaning that most of what happens in these standoffs never becomes public record at all. However, roughly 80% of victims nationally are eventually released after some form of payment or collective negotiation. Oyo may be the exception of that. I really don't know yet, but we're going to find out eventually. Chibok 2014, 276 girls abducted, 89 are still underaccounted for, and this is over a decade already. Katsina 2020, 344 boys, although they were freed within a week. Zamfara 2021, 279 girls, they were beaten and eventually released after days. Kaduna 2024, 287 students and a teacher. Niger 2025, over 300 pupils and staff from a single Catholic school. Now, this is the pattern about how this whole thing goes. Each time there's a national outrage, there's a swift resolution made for TV audience whenever pressure climaxed. Then, when that happens, there's a renewed promise about school security funding. I want to be precise about what I am and what I am not saying. I am not telling you that this rescue was staged or that anyone deliberately delayed it for political timing. I have no evidence of that, and neither does anyone shouting it online do. What I'm telling you is this: the two things, real rescue and convenient timing, are not mutually exclusive, and that is what makes it hard to simply cheer for. Now, in fairness, because this file stays fair, there is a version of event where none of this is sinister. Budgets get delayed in every government on earth. Military operation in dense forest terrain genuinely take weeks, not days. Agencies genuinely don't confirm ransom details because doing so in the middle of an active kidnapping economy can get the next victim killed. It is entirely possible every actor here, the coordinator of the kidnap or the abduction, the Senate, the defense military, is all telling a version of the truth that they understand. and simply operating inside a system too slow, too underfunded, and too fragmented to move faster than the criminals exploiting it. The most honest answer might not be conspiracy. It might be something more destructive, that Nigeria doesn't need a cover up to fail its children. Negligence is enough to fail them. This channel was created to record history and remarkable events, such as asking who gets remembered and who gets erased from Nigerians' past. Erasure doesn't actually require malice. Sometimes it just requires a slow news cycle, a satisfying ending, and a public too tired to accept it. 89 Chibok girls are still gone 12 years later, and most of the country can no longer name them. They don't even remember the incident anymore. This is not because Nigerians stopped caring on May 16 because of the new abductees, but it is because the story ended on television before the fact even did. Is Oyo case different? Or is it the same story? Is the abduction in Borno different? Or is it the same story? Hmm. Well, effortlessly too good, and nothing in this file diminishes it. But a file this expensive, in naira, in soldiers, in a children's life, deserves to stay open past the news cycle. Before I end this video, I want you to think about the following question. Where did the 144.8 billion naira go to? Why 2 years produced zero disbursement? What the starvation siege actually cost in lives on both sides? Why this always seem to resolve right when the government needs it and not when it should be? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this negligence or just a narrative? And could you tell the difference if you actually saw it? I am Nab. This is Nab Explains. This file stays open. Let us keep asking the important questions. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel if you've not already done so. See you in the next one.